Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Live, episode 316, Podcast Overdrive. I am one of your hosts, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me this week, as always, is my good buddy, Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob, also known as Presar on Xbox Live. Hello, hello, hello.
And with us, as always, is also Mr. Braun. I don't know why I say Mr., but
That's all right. Also known as BJ Slick 33. So.
Well, Brun demands respect. That's why you say it.
Oh, I did. I realized that. I think it was after last week. I'm always saying, "Here's Mr. Braun and Mr. Rob." I'm like, why do I always say Mr. Rob and Mr. Braun? That makes no sense.
I think it's just like a thing people say, because I say that with my son.
I don't know. I'm used to. I always give people respect and say Mr. whatever, but not their first name. So it just sounds corny. I just realized I've probably been doing that for 300 episodes, and but anyways, it is what it is. And Brun, is there any way you can shift a little bit so you're centered in the camera? There you go.
Sorry, hold on. My camera must have.
No, it is what it is.
In the middle.
There you go. Yeah, this is better. That's a little better. So thank you very much.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was kind of leaning over here too because I was checking and making sure the hosting's working right. So on my channel, I'm hosting this Xbox Live for the 12 people that actually go and look at me, but 2 of them are right here.
So, all right. Well, let's dive into this week's stuff. So, be sure to join us or check out the site, thisxboxlife.com. And as always, you can support the show by buying all your stuff. And we mean pretty much all your stuff at thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. Or go to our website and click the Amazon link to be directed to the closest affiliate site that is closest to you. All right. So let's jump into it. Rob, what have you been playing?
Yeah, for me, it's just been a Forza Horizon 2 week. So more Forza Horizon, just advancing in that bunch. And I'm starting to get like mixed feelings on the game. I really enjoy the game. It's a lot of fun still, but it's getting repetitive. It's just like I race, I go to the next race and it's just the same thing, a little different scenery, take the turns a little bit different, but it's not quite as fun as it used to be, but I'm still enjoying it, which is strange. Do you know what I mean, Mark? So I wonder if you got into the same thing at all.
I am like a level 110 and still loving the game.
Yeah,
it was funny. I passed your Drivatar last night, and I'm like, hey, this is probably the one and only time I'll actually see Rob in a game.
And he's really not actually there.
I wanted to wave to him. I was like, hey, it's Rob.
Hey, buddy.
You had a really nice car too.
Well, what was I driving?
I don't know. It was one of those really fancy exotic ones. It was shiny and red.
I wonder if that has to do with the actual car that somebody chooses, because right now I've got an old Ferrari.
That could have been what it was.
Yeah, it's one of those that it looks very much like a Speed Racer car.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
So,
but
I was going to say Ferrari, but I wasn't positive. So.
Yeah, a lot of those Italian cars are, pretty tough to pick out with all like the Zondas and all that. But anyway, it's still a fantastic game. It's just getting a little bit of little sameness. However, maybe just a phase and it'll pass. And then I did want to bring this up. I don't know if it'll be out of place, but I'll just bring it up right now just because I have the microphone to center stage, whatever you want to call it. And that's that. I'm kind of stressing out about the upcoming couple of weeks, man. And there's so much good stuff coming out. And I want to be like financially conscious of my purchases of games. And I mean, I'm really like conflicted. It's like, I really want to get everything all at once. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, you probably got everything already.
No, I almost bought that Master Chief Collection. I was on the page looking at it, and I'm like, you know, but I'm like, no, I just don't. I'm doing the same thing. I just been buying and buying and buying, and I'm like, I gotta stop, man.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to get burned again, and I got burned with um, Thief. I got burned with Mordor. I got, I don't. Let's see, like Mordor, I played once, man. I have no desire to even go back to it.
Mm.
I'm worried about Sunset Overdrive. Um, I I think it will be fun, but I can see where this could turn out to be a disappointment for me. I do have some big concerns. And I've got Call of Duty already bought and paid because I have to buy Call of Duty because it's Call of Duty. But again, I don't know if those two games, I don't know, are they going to be the fun that I want? Like Diablo 3 was awesome. I'm still playing that. Forza 2, Horizon 2, absolutely fun, well worth the money. Are these others? And it's like, knowing Master Chief is like, I've already played all these. Am I really going to play them all again?
Right.
And all these people are like, oh yeah, it's great. We're all, everybody's going to be playing. You know what? People play for a week and then they move on to the
Right.
next
Right.
game. So
And
I think it'll have a
especially
short shelf life.
especially with the next couple of weeks,
Hmm.
because there's so much good stuff coming. I know we're going to talk about this later on in the show, but I'm just looking at the Xbox One releases, like the big titles. We got Sunset Overdrive. We got well, there's Grand Theft Auto Online coming out at some point. The Call of Duty, Master Chief, Assassin's Creed, Dragon Age, GTA 5, Far Cry. It's just the Crew. There's so much stuff, and you can only play so much.
You can only
And it's
play it
like,
one
how
at a
do
time.
exactly? And how do you prioritize? Because I I really I'm kind of buying into the Sunset Overdrive hype a little bit, but I don't know if I'll like it because it is like oh, what's that called? Dead Rising 3. I can't say that I dislike the game, but for me, it's like so hard that it's not fun.
Oh, dude, let me know when you want to play. The game is so much more fun in co-op.
Really.
I'll help you out, man. It's
Okay.
fun. It's fun. I think, yeah. Let me know, dude. I'll jump in with you. We'll play a little bit.
But
And
you know,
you
you
may
know what
not
I'm
like
talking
it.
about,
If you
though.
don't like it, then that's cool. But give it a shot in co-op, and maybe because I kind of felt like Mass Effect was the one for me that I just didn't get it. It was too hard. I didn't understand it.
Right.
And then I came back to it somewhat other time, and it was actually Kyle. I think it was Kyle.
Yep.
You guys might know as Moronic Cow. Um, he kind of gave me some pointers. And he's like, here's what you need to do, or do this, or this is what you can. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know the game could do that.
Right.
And it opened up that whole world to me. And now I've played all the games, and I love Mass Effect. So I would say, yeah, Dead Rising 3 is just a kill fest, man. It's so much better than the others. So
Right.
let me know sometime when you want to try it and you got some free time. I'll jump in, we'll co-op, we'll try to run through some stuff and
Yeah.
get your feet wet in there.
Because
And
for me, just the experiences that I had with it basically were I start off, I play about 2 minutes, and then I have some kind of mishap, and then I just get killed. And it
yeah,
just like repeat, repeat, repeat. And, that I'm anticipating Sunset Overdrive being similar in terms of experience. That's just my main concern. However, it does look awesome, and they talked a little bit about it on the past couple of Major Nelson shows, and it sounds interesting. I mean, the graphics look phenomenal. So, but I mean, there's that. There's Call of Duty. There's Assassin's Creed Unity, which looks pretty sweet,
I
and
have no problem skipping that one.
yeah. Well, they look so cool, but
They do.
those three games alone, that's $180
And not to mention
with
how many hours of gameplay. I mean, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and what was the other one you mentioned?
Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, COD, Sunset Overdrive.
Well, for the first two, I mean, there's how many unknown hours of gameplay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Dragon Age Inquisition is going to be insane 100+ hours of gameplay too. So, I
Hmm.
mean, there's only so much money and there's only so much time in a day.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
And
normally at this time of the year, I'm buying anywhere from 8 to 10 games. That's what I've done like the last 2 years. And this time I'm like, I think I've cut it down to about 4 or 5. But there's only two more coming out that I've bought. I'm not buying any more the rest of the year. I kind of
so
same
you
reason.
say,
So I say,
you lie.
dude. Well, what I figured like with the Halo game, I kind of want it. I'm not really sure why. I want to see the Nightfall, but I'm sure that'll eventually come out on Blu-ray. And
Right.
it might be fun to play with the community if the game lasts. But there's really, I looked at the pre-order bonuses, and it's like an extra skull in Halo 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, so there really is no pre-order bonus for this game. So I'm like, this is something I can just wait and see. Come Christmas time, if people are still playing it and it's all that, then that'll give my kids something they can get me for Christmas because they like to buy me Xbox stuff.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, I'll leave that
Gotta
out there.
try
My
it.
wife always gets mad because I'm always buying everything and never leave anything for people to buy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah.
I could see that being annoying. But
And then Jesus says next month I'm gonna end up buying Halo, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Sunset, GTA 5, and some arcade games,
yeah,
and hate
I'm
all
actually
of
a little
them.
excited for the Assassin's Creed because it's going to be, multiplayer, so
yeah,
or co-op, should say. So
because that's the one that you're kind of waiting for, right? You're thinking about
yeah,
getting
I'm
that
gonna
bundle.
shooting for that bundle. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's 3 games in the Xbox with Connect. I mean, can't three
oh
free
yeah,
games, and I bought Destiny on 360, so I get it free for Xbox One. I've been downloading all the games that come for free on Xbox One, and hopefully at some point in time they'll let you borrow your friend's electronic digital games, because then I can borrow Mordor from Wing since he's not going to play it.
Dude, I'd gift it to you if I could.
You might
Here,
want to
take
go
it out
back.
of my library. Just give it to Braun. Let me transfer this over.
Did you like Batman Arkham Asylum?
Yes.
Okay,
People keep
and
telling me to go back and give Mortar more time. It's just
do
that
you,
the first couple hours I found so boring. And I mean, you guys can watch the gameplay that I did because I tweeted there. No, not tweeted. Twitched the whole thing. It was boring. And that's the thing. It's like right out the gate, it didn't interest me, and I was bored. So I have no desire to go back and give it any more time. That's kind of the problem. But I probably will when I get Sunset and Call of Duty are coming out within the next 2 weeks.
yep.
Once I burn through them, and then I'm just kind of like sitting and look at my
Burn
library.
through them.
Then I'll probably go
Nice.
back and like, okay, let me give Mortar a little. I haven't signed it off completely, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
and there's even like a whole bunch of games that I still want to go back to, and it just with the Xbox One, we had such a long time of slow releases and lots of time between games that I felt like it gave us enough time to enjoy what was out there, at least to try things. And now these games are coming out, too fast. Too many choices, too fast. What's going on? But
All
we'll
right,
see.
nice sidetrack there, Rob.
Yeah, yeah.
So what have you been playing, Brun?
so I've been playing Forza Horizon, the first one, on my 360. Been playing Battlefield
Awesome
4
game.
on the PC. Because it was double XP weekend. I haven't played for a while, so I sat down and hit rank 119 today, I think. So, been playing that a little bit.
A little bit.
And then I was just laying on the couch of kind of having back troubles again. So I was laying on the couch and put on Monaco. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monaco. I played like the first 2 boards on that, and I was just like, I really wasn't understanding what the whole premise of the game is. And it seemed maybe it's supposed to be really, really easy for the first couple boards, and maybe it gets more difficult. I'm not sure, because it's kind of like we were saying with the Mordor. It's just like I played 10 minutes of it, and I was just like, I don't understand what any of this is about, and it's really boring. So I stopped playing it. But because I hear a lot of people talking about it. so I don't know. Wasn't really grasping what it was all about. So, but I didn't get any Diablo 3 in this week, but
Oh,
it's I've been
how
busy.
dare you?
I know I've been busy, and I won't actually I won't be available for next week's show because I'll be out of town until late Sunday, and it's kind of hard to get back after being gone for a couple of days and needing to record. So I was going to let you guys know after the show, but I might as well let you know now.
All right, guess we know now.
Yeah.
So
So
we got to call out for anybody's Brun's replacement for next week.
yeah, somebody have to replace me.
I don't know. Can you be replaced?
I don't know. I mean, I was gone for a while, and then you guys forced me to come back. So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm shaking my head. Yeah, you can be replaced.
Yeah.
I'm just
Nice.
kidding. Obviously, you can't be. We didn't fill your spot, right? So
No, you didn't, but you could have. There was plenty of great people out there that could.
well, yeah, but not as great as the Mr. Brun.
No, but that's it.
All right, well, I took up the slack for you with Diablo 3, and I've got my fourth character is at where did I get to? 54, 55, I think, is where I got my fourth character playing the Witch Doctor right now. No, don't really like it. I thought I was. People were telling me that, hey, you'll probably really like this character. I find this character to be pretty weak. There's some stuff it does that I really like, but overall, I'm not enjoying it as much as I did the Wizard and the Demon Hunter are my favorite. The Crusader was okay, and I think the Witch Doctor is okay. But I'm working on the Witch Doctor to get to level 70, and then I'll have to start over again, get those last two. But
Yeah.
dude, that game is so much fun.
What are the last two? You have
I got to do Barbarian and the Monk.
Monk. Yep.
So
Yep.
it's going to be different because both of those are more like melee, close in, I guess, and not.
Mm.
I've been playing this game mainly with standoff characters. Even my
Yeah.
Crusader had a standoff weapon that I used almost all the time, so I kind of like to stay back and do the ranged stuff. But we'll see. But that's what I'm doing with that Diablo. Forza Horizon 2, obviously played more of that. I waved to Rob in the game yesterday. He's like, "Hey, buddy, I'm passing you. You're too slow." Um, and
I've only seen your Drivatar once also. I
then be
figured,
happy, because if you see it, that's because I just rammed you off the road.
no,
That's no, that's what the
I'd
word
run you
is
off
out
the
there.
road.
My Drivatar is not nice, from what I've been told.
For the most part, I found the majority of Drivatars are actually they're okay. They're not as annoying, except in this one game that I had like midweek sometime. The Drivatars were like bumping each other and spinning each other out in front of me. That's not cool. That is not
Nice.
cool. It's like all of a sudden you got this car. It's like sideways in front of you. You're doing like 100. Like It's one thing if you do it, but it sucks when they do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying?
I also played some Destiny. I did one. When did the weekly raid? No, not the raid. No, 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 no. The weekly strike mission with Mojo Red and I think it was OGT unit. Um, and then I played this new game that's free called Voice Commander. If you guys haven't tried it, it's free on
No.
Xbox One. It reminds me of Asteroids, because you're like this little, and the little asteroids are coming in. You got your planets in the middle, and then you can use voice commands to tell Vox, which is like this ship that moves around, and you basically tell Vox to go to one of four quadrants. You can use your voice to launch super weapons into quadrants, and then you move in this little ship around and shooting like asteroids. So it's a free game. It was built by the Microsoft Garage, something like that. They call it the Garage. It's like these interns, I guess, that are making games and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, it's the first one from that Microsoft Garage brand, but it's kind of interesting. It's got achievements, so for the achievement people out there, it's a free game and got achievements attached to it. It's kind of neat. It works really well. The voice commands actually worked really well. I was pretty impressed. And then lastly, I played some more Borderlands, the pre-sequel. And yes, Jesus Walks a Lot, who's in here, he'll be happy to hear me say this again. I do not enjoy this game. I am trying. I've been trying to play co-op with some people. It's much better in co-op, but the game is still boring. I cannot. It doesn't handle the same. I swear, there's something different. It was built by a different studio. It's built by 2K Australia. Everything in this game is with Australian accents and Australian. It's like you're on the moon out in space, and everybody's, "Hey, mate, good day, mate. Let's put a little shrimp on the bobby." It's just like, and I know that was a horrible Australian accent, but
Yes.
it's just I was playing the other day with someone from Australia, and they were just like, they were kind of complaining. It was just like too much. It was over the top.
Because how are you going to barbecue shrimp on the moon?
I don't know. But I don't like the controls. I think the game itself is boring. A lot of times it's like really hard to figure out where you're supposed to go. We've had issues, and it's not just me. People I'm playing with were like, well, how do we? It tells you, oh, do this, but you're like, well, how are you to do that in the game? And it's just not working right. I don't know what they did. They messed up a great game. I don't know if I'll ever finish it. I'm slowly working on it, but I really don't enjoy it. It saddens me to say that because I loved Borderlands. And I just can't recommend it to anybody. And I don't see anybody playing this game at all. So, oh, that was Al Sheps. I guess I was playing with. And for the record, they said they do not barbecue shrimp.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they are good.
Yeah, they are. Perhaps
Barbecue.
you should put some shrimp on the Barbie.
Yes.
All right. So, anyways, that's enough of that. But that's what I played this week. So, I think it's time to hit the
Hey,
news.
before we hit the news, I had a question in regards to Forza Horizon 2. I forgot to ask this earlier. But so in Forza Horizon, I really liked the radio station. It was, my kind of music, and I thought it had a good variety. In Forza Horizon 2, the stations seem a little repetitive to me. Do you guys,
Yes.
do you get that?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Super repetitive. Not very good music, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a station that I like. I've been listening to the Horizon XS.
Yeah.
That's like the only one I really kind of care for. But it's like I'm tired of hearing the same 4 songs over and over.
Yeah, I know,
man.
right?
Oh, it's like I dream about this music. It's like I've started just turning the radio off. It's just like I can't hear this anymore. Just turn the radio
Yeah.
off. Yeah, it's not, the soundtrack is not near as good as it was in the first game.
Yeah, because I think that they tried to have more stations, but they wound up having less tunes.
That
Because
could
in the
be.
beginning, they keep unlocking, like, hey, now you got this station, you got that station. And like, I personally like Bass Arena. That's the only one that I listen to. And even though the songs are good, I wish that there was some other way to like get more music, or they would update it or do something. But okay, I was just wondering.
All right.
News
Well,
time.
We're back to you, Rob.
You got it. You got it. All right. So here we go with the news. And no, it's not going to be on one breath in 1 minute. It's going to be a couple minutes and a lot of breaths. So first off, we've got DOA 5 coming on February 17th, 2015. Dead or Alive 5 Last Round is going to feature a $30 price tag on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And it's going to be $40 on Xbox One and the PS4. Xbox One owners can purchase access to Core Fighters for $5, or they can play a free demo that lacks Core Fighters DLC options. There's been a update that, let's see here, the November system update.
I thought, hold on, I gotta stop you for a second. I thought the
Yeah.
DOA 5 Last Round was free. The Core Fighters, it was going to be free on Xbox One.
Yeah,
and it gave you
because I
two
recall that.
fighters, but then for $5 you would get like all four fighters or something like that. I believe
Yeah, I'm
they're
not sure.
almost positive I read there was a free option on
Yeah,
Xbox One.
you can play a free demo that lacks Core Fighters DLC options.
Okay, I didn't think it was a demo. I thought it was the two. You got two fighters for free that you could play that game in.
Oh, I guess it's a demo.
Okay,
Surprise! But it's free. So you can
bummer.
call it whatever you want.
Alrighty.
All right. The November update has a whole ton of features. I'm just going to kind of tear through them here. If you want more details on any of these things, please look it up on your friendly neighborhood search engine online. So we've got custom backgrounds. So this was a kind of a huge thing. You can get custom backgrounds, and this is achievement based, right? So once you get an achievement, you can use that as your background.
You can make your own too with the media player update. So
Okay.
you can take your own what off any picture as long as it's less than 3 meg.
Okay.
Then you can put it on a. You can even get it from your computer using was that DL. What's that format?
DLNA.
DLNA. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was able to pull images and view images off my computer and set them as a wallpaper, or you can
Okay.
put them on a thumb drive or whatever.
Okay, so I'll make sure to send you some pictures of me that are less than 3 meg. Okay,
Exactly.
so then gamer profile, more better. You can tweet about your favorite game clips because there's now tweet integration, Twitter integration. For television watching, there's live TV trending. This is kind of neat, although I haven't really used it on other devices because I know DirecTV has this, where you can see what people are watching in your area or what's hot at this particular time. That's really handy if you're trying to watch live TV and you don't know what to watch. So they got that Twitter TV trending information, Xbox TV trending, tweets in the mini guide, and recent and favorites in the mini guide. There's been store and smart glass updates where they've done improvements to the store, Xbox One store. You can see friends' game activity on Smart Glass, and games with gold and deals with gold is on Smart Glass. So that's kind of neat. So you don't have to log in on the console or go onto the marketplace to see that stuff. And of course, there's been Smart Glass store improvements. A couple updates to Internet Explorer. You can snap IE from the address bar in Internet Explorer. And there's featured sites that you can launch. Updates to the preview dashboard app. This is something that Mark's not going to know about in the near future. There's some improvements to my stats and the leaderboard. So that's that for the November system update. Okay, moving on. The Xbox One screenshot feature. This is something that's been hitting the news lately. We've got some more information on this. Phil Spencer has said that in December, it'll probably be time for us to pause for a little bit and settle just all of the new consoles that are coming in and such, all the systems that are coming online. He basically said that. Here, I lost my place. He also noted that screenshot creation for Xbox One is a little more technically challenging than initially thought, but that the team found a good solution 2 weeks ago, and so that they're basically working on it. They know people want the feature. The team has a good path to get it done, but now it's just prioritizing everything. Moving on, ESL, and that's not English as a second language. It launched on October 21st. Look for the ESL app today in the app section of the Xbox One store. With ESL on Xbox One, you can directly find tournaments within the app, sign up without a second screen sign up without a second screen, and open a match via the My Matches section within it. Within your match sheet, you can see your opponent's gamer picture and a gamer tag. Contact them directly to exchange details on how to find each other in-game and other results directly within the app. You can even find news about Xbox tournaments and games. Then the Halo Nightfall trailer offers a glimpse of a new foe and sets up the plot for Halo 5. Halo 5 beta is going to be planned for this winter, so that'll be coming up soon in case you didn't have enough stuff to play. Titanfall's update introduces Frontier Defense Co-op, Deadly Ground, and more. In Titanfall's brand new game mode, Frontier Defense, you and up to 3 teammates will fight waves of Titans, grunts, and specters, including a few new variations and familiar units, while defending what Respawn calls a vital objective. Frontier Defense is going to open up all original maps, as well as those in all 3 map packs. While an online review of the latest and final IMC Rising is going to be available soon, the other 2, Expedition and Frontier's Edge, are supposed to be quite good, and we'll see how those turn out. So Voice Commander, this is something that Mark just mentioned. That's a Microsoft Garage project, is a fast-paced, space-themed real-time strategy and top-down shooter combo. You pick up a controller and work with Vox using voice commands and try to get it to stop relentless attacks. Voice Commander can be played with up to 8 controllers, and anyone in the room can issue voice commands. And that is free, like we had said earlier. Microsoft is investing in Gears of War for the next decade. Xbox One debut isn't a reboot. Black Tusk Studios basically snapped up a whole bunch of epic talent. Actually, I think Steptoe went there. Isn't that where he's at now?
I do believe that is correct.
Yeah.
And Rod Ferguson is there too. So
wow.
he was on the Gears game at Epic. So yeah, Rod Ferguson's now there to keep the what is it? What do you call it? Like to keep the line or the history of the game, keep everything in order. So.
Okay. So Phil Spencer commented on the dark direction things going in, and it says, I wouldn't call it a reboot because I don't judge the franchise necessarily, because I don't think the franchise necessarily needs that. I know Gears of War Judgment didn't hit everybody's needs and desires in terms of what they wanted, but I think we can continue. But we can also, and there's a new team. Rod Ferguson, like you had said, is there to really help with the continuity. I think we can make sure that we're investing in this thing for the next decade, which is how I want to think about it. Okay, moving on. The free music streaming feature of Xbox Music will be discontinued on December 1st. Sorry if you used it, but it's going away. Microsoft revealed on an Xbox support page for the service. The company said that it's focusing Xbox Music to deliver ultimate music purchase and subscription service experience for customers. With Xbox Music Pass, it's $10 a month music streaming plan. Okay. Assassin's Creed Unity is now available for digital pre-order and download on Xbox One. It's slated to release on November 11th. That's 11/11. You may download the game from Xbox Live before then, of course, but it won't be playable until 12:01 Pacific Standard Time on the release date. Then Shadow Warrior is now available. Shadow Warrior tells the offbeat tale of Zilla Enterprises corporate shogun Lo Wang as he is ordered to acquire a legendary blade of limitless power by his deceitful employer. Betrayed and left for dead, Lo Wang learns of the blade's connection to ancient gods from another realm preparing to push our world to the brink of destruction. Now, the reluctant hero must become legend through a masterful combination of gun, blade, magic, and wit to uncover the truth behind the demonic invasion and banish evil back into the darkness. Shadow Warrior Reborn, which is a new, bold vision of Shadow Warrior. I can't say it. Elegantly blends classic first-person shooter gameplay with thrilling action, inventive combat, and a contemporary retelling of the hilarious legend of Lo Wang. And lastly, Grand Theft Auto 5 San Andreas HD is now available for Xbox 360. Rockstar's recently revealed port of the open world crime simulator Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is now available for release from the company's virtual metaphorical prison system and is seeking rehabilitation on Xbox 360 systems. If you're looking to relive Carl Johnson's adventures in sunny San Andreas, you'll need 2.05 gig of free hard drive space and $3.74 to pay bail. That's it.
Nice. Nice job.
Yeah. And that is all.
Alrighty. So we go into our round table here, and before we get into the Sunset Overdrive, real quick, I just wanted your guys' opinions. I welcome any thoughts from the community. But I got into this preview program for the Xbox One dashboard, and kind of really didn't want to do it because I've had issues with the Xbox 360 beta dashes in the past. But I'm like, well, I'll do it for the community, right? I got to do it for you folks. I'm not doing it for you anymore. I am ejecting. I'm punching out. I'm hitting the road. I requested to pull my Xbox One from the preview program. This is the way I look at it. As fast as they're pushing these out and they're doing monthly updates, which we won't see. They do have a November update, but they said they're not going to do a December update.
Right. Makes sense.
Which makes sense, yes. Simply because they're going to have too many people. Christmas time, the holidays, we're going to see a big jump in people on the service with new boxes. They don't want to, take anybody down or be dealing with an update at that point. So, smart move. Very smart move. And But I did request to be removed, and here's kind of the reason why. So far, the updates, everybody's getting these new updates every month, so I'm only going to get 4 weeks of preview access, if you will. So I get the hard drive access, which was nice. I got that a month early. I got my background right now early, but with every time they put one of these new updates out, it breaks my box so badly. I've got so many issues going on right now that it just drove me to finally just go in and say, please unregister me. I don't want to do this anymore. So I probably won't be able to provide you guys updates anymore on that. But nowadays there's so many people in these preview programs that I just don't feel the need to do it. But, I just thought I'd let you know. I'm curious what some of the rest of you feel like out there that are in the preview program. For me, if I had 2 Xbox Ones, then I wouldn't mind having one in the preview program. But being that I have one and only one, I want it to work when I turn it on. I don't want problems. So I'd rather wait 4 weeks to get these new features when I know that update's been hammered out and all those in the preview program are reporting in issues. I've just reported several to them, and I've already got a response back that they're working on them. So that's good. I'm glad Microsoft's doing this. I do like the preview program. I just need to bow out of it. So this one was definitely the worst so far. But October's was pretty bad too for the first several weeks. And so anyways, what do you guys think of that? Any thoughts on the preview program? Because I don't think Rob, you're not in it, right?
No, I'm in it.
Oh, you are. Are you having? Do you think it's worth it to stick into it, or are you having major issues?
Personally, I don't mind it. I don't quite have the problems that you've been having with your system, but then again, I don't quite use the system to the potential that you do. And for me, I enjoy being part of the program. I like getting stuff a little bit early. I run beta software on my uh, laptops, on my home PCs. I enjoy that kind of stuff. So it's something that I'm going to continue. And it is optional. If it's not your thing, don't do it. It's not worth it. You have to be willing to put up with stuff.
Yep.
If you have to go into this program or any kind of beta program, whenever you run any kind of beta software, you have to go into it expecting things to not work. And if it does, you're lucky. Okay, that's the kind of thing that you
Right.
need to go into. You're not getting pre-release fully working guaranteed software. That's not what these programs are about. So if you're not willing to put up with that stuff, just get out of it. Because like you said, Mark,
Right.
the stuff is only coming out a couple weeks in advance of the general release, and if you can wait,
I
get
can wait.
get the hopefully fully fixed version that comes out. But I feel that the program is necessary. If they're
No,
gonna,
I do like it. I do like the
yeah,
program.
I respect Microsoft for rolling out this kind of program and
Hmm.
opting it to the general population, basically, to say, hey, if you want to be part of this and help us develop and test things, then please join in, because that's the problem. Like, anybody can code software. The problem is testing it,
Yep.
because I know in the past what Microsoft has done is, like, they give it to to the employees, and they take it home and they basically bang on it and try to break things. But you can only get so many people to do that. And I know Microsoft has a lot of people, a lot of employees. I don't know how many participate in it in the Xbox program. I imagine it'd just be like the teams that work for that division. But you're not going to get a good test of the system that way, because even though you are testing it with probably hundreds, if not thousands of people, it's not as diverse as testing it with the general population, because we're not Microsoft employees. We're not exposed to the same thing, so we'll test differently. We'll run things differently, and that's how you truly test things.
Right.
So it's cool that they had it, but if it's not for you, just get the features a couple weeks later. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and the reason I wanted to bring this up was just to let people know, if you are frustrated, because I've talked to people that are kind of frustrated as well. They've been in the preview program. If you go into the preview application, it's where the quests and stuff are. Go into the registration section, and you can unregister your console there. So if you want to get out, like I did, go into the registration and select to remove it. And if you do stay in, please by all means report and give them the feedback on the Xbox support forums that are open specifically for this. Be sure to give them the feedback so they can fix the stuff. And my hat's off to everybody staying in it. I just, it's like when you're having a bad day and I'm like, I need to just go play a game, and then you can't. Or you're in the middle of a game and all of a sudden the thing just launches Xbox Fitness because
It's telling
you
you
said
something.
cookie or something. It did it tonight. I told it to go home and it launched Fitness. I was like, dude, I never launched that program. Look
Dude,
at me. Obviously, I don't
it's a,
use it. It's
no,
probably
your Connect is telling you something. That's what
yeah.
it
Well, my
is.
Connect is gonna get a pair of scissors taken to it. But anyways, let's move on into the next discussion. Sunset Overdrive comes out this week, and Microsoft has been making a huge push on this. And if you haven't heard of this game, it's a third-party developed game, but it's a first-party published. So this is being done by Insomniac, and it's published by Microsoft. So that's why it's an Xbox-only game.
Yep.
And my question, I guess, out to you guys is: do you think? Now we don't know. We'll know Tuesday if this game's any good. But do you think the game has the potential to live up to the hype or to be a new IP that will be successful for Microsoft? What do you say, Brun?
Um, I think it will. I think people will like it. I haven't read too much into it because I can't really play it at this point in time. But
Well, neither can we.
well, I know, but
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
been like I say. It's like since I can't
It's
play it, I haven't been
yeah,
keeping up with it. If you know what I mean.
yeah. It's not an option at the moment.
Right. But I think it's like one of those mixes between you know Dead Rising or Dead Rising slash Dead Island slash Borderlands type of combination type of one of those games. So and it's it's Insomniac, like you said. It's they have their thing. Like people will probably go and like their game and do that stuff. I think the people that benefit the most or could take the biggest hit on it is not Insomniac, though. I believe like the people having most of the stuff riding on this is Microsoft. So I just remember when they first showed it at like E3 and stuff, people were just like, "Oh my gosh, this thing's great!" And then I guess when they played it, they were all just like, "Oh my gosh, it's so much fun." So we'll kind of have to sit back and see, but it looks like it's going to be fun. I don't know.
What you think, Rob?
The game definitely sounds interesting. Again, I have the concerns that it's going to be too much like the Dead Rising 3 difficulty. That's going to impact my enjoyment of the game, but I know that tons of people liked DR3, so I don't think it'll be a problem for a lot of folks out there. The visuals look amazing. I love the visuals, and that's one thing that's really drawing me in. Just how they've done everything. Like, there's like an explosion that shows like boom or something.
Yeah.
It's just pretty neat the way that they've done it. I think it's going to be unlike anything that we've seen before. I remember, I think it was the reveal or maybe E3 last year, where they showed the first videos of this thing where the guy's like, all run. I think it was like running on the walls, and he's like, riding some wire and
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff. It looked really cool. Although at that time we really didn't know what it was about. To me, it really seems to bring in two games that like immediately come to mind, like Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio. I know we've talked about that in the past, where people are like riding rails and going all over the place. And that was like a inline skate rollerblade type of game, but they've taken that and they've taken like the Dead Rising 3 type and kind of mashed it together. So it's going to be something new. It's doesn't seem to be like an also ran type of game, where there's like 50 of them that are similar. So visuals, I think, are going to appeal to a lot of people. If you like Dead Rising 3, I think you're going to like this game. And if you're up for something new, you might like this game. So I think it'll do extremely well. I don't know if it'll be a huge knockdown success and have tons of sequels, but sequels, trequels, whatever you want to call them after that. But I think it's going to do well. It's got a lot of competition. A lot of other really good games are coming out at the same time. I don't know if it'll hurt it.
I think what's interesting about this is that Microsoft's putting out the specific white console, the white
Yeah.
Xbox One bundle with Sunset Overdrive. It's like they're making this big push with a brand new IP that's unknown. And Insomniac has had some duds in the past. One
Yeah.
being Fuse. That game was horrible. Um, and but they also had some really good success as well. So it is a good studio. It's just I do find it interesting that Microsoft's getting behind this really unknown IP. But I guess they had to do that with Halo, and they had to do it with Gears.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if this lives up to it. I bought it. I remember when it was first announced, I was like, whatever, dude. It's like one of those I rolled my
Yeah.
eyes at. And then the more I see it, it's like, you know
That
what?
doesn't happen often.
This looks like really good, over the top, just chaos and fun,
Yep.
kind of like a Crackdown,
Yeah.
So I think the potential's there that I'm really going to love this game. However, I still have concerns. I'm really worried and hope I don't get burned on it. My biggest concern is it looks like once you get on one of those rails, from what I've heard, it sounds like you don't really control your movement. It just kind of happens. Um, and you're just kind of busy shooting, which could be good. Maybe it's kind of like BioShock. What was the one where they were in the air, up in the city, or up in the cloud? Was that BioShock
BioShock
Infinite?
Infinite.
Okay, so
Infinite.
yeah, so when you were like on those rails, you grabbed on with the hook and you're zipping along really fast and just shooting stuff. I mean, if that's like the way it feels and controls, then I think that'll be cool. I guess my concern is, how's that going to be with this game? Is it going to control? What are the camera angles going to be like? What's the controls going to feel like? Because I really think this game, for me, is going to come down to if the controls don't feel very good, that's going to ruin it for me. That it's just it can. So I'm really hoping that it controls and is smooth and is real easy to grasp.
Well, if they ruin the controls for you, you'll just have more time to play Mordor, right?
I hate you. So, all right. So I bought it. It's preloaded. It's installed. Rob, are you buying Sunset Overdrive?
Probably. No, let me phrase that. 95% chance.
And
Who am I kidding? Yes.
Brun's not, because he's got to get the console first, and then he's going to have a couple Assassin's Creed games to get through. So
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't be buying it. But if you do get your Xbox One, or I should say when you buy your Xbox One, we have to say when, because if
Yes.
you weren't getting one, we would have to replace you.
Yes.
When you get your Xbox One, do you think you're going to buy the Master Chief Collection?
Well, like last week, I stated that I do want it, but I'm not going to buy it right away. No.
Okay.
I lean toward getting it closer to when 5 comes out, because I'm going to want to play 1 through 5 or 1 through 4 and then be ready for 5. So, but I will eventually own it, but most likely when I buy it, it'll be like $20 or something like that.
She will be mine. Oh, yes.
Yes.
She will be mine.
Yeah.
So, someone brought up, let's see, who was it that Hawk mentioned? He gets a Bulletstorm vibe from the game. And I loved Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
I think Bulletstorm was very underrated.
Funny.
I would pay
I mean,
full price today to pre-order that game, even if it wasn't coming out for 6 years. I was like, here, take my money. That's one of those games I'm like, take my money now. Crackdown 3, Bulletstorm 2, Syndicate 2, what's that other one? Odyssey of the West. Starts with an E. I can see the box art. Something Odyssey of the West. Rats. I'll have to look it up.
Magnavox?
No, it's like the game.
Magnavox Odyssey?
No.
2?
Odyssey of the West or something. It was called Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Those are games I would plunk money down today to buy if I could. So, I was thinking about this the other day. With Kickstarter, though, Kickstarter being so popular, do you guys ever think that kind of buy the game ahead of time type of thing might move into like EA, Activision, and these publishers or these big development houses might adopt something like that to help protect their investments?
I was kind of wondering about that myself a little bit because, like in the board game stuff, there's a fair amount of stuff that goes on out there. And there's been a couple of mobile projects, some mobile games that I've backed through there. However, in terms of mobile, you're usually outside of, like for Android, you're usually outside of the store and you're kind of stuck at that point because you got your game outside the store. So now in the future, all your updates are not in the store. And I always wondered like what would happen like with Xbox. I mean, how would you even get your game unless it was done through Microsoft? And at that point, you may, or done through the Xbox store. And at that point, you may as well just get it in the Xbox store when it comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they could just ship you a code.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still use Kickstarter to say we're going to make an Xbox One game. If you pay full price, when the game ships, you'll get bonus stuff, and we'll give you a code to download it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, we haven't seen it. I have not seen a console game that on Kickstarter. I haven't heard of one, but as popular as it is becoming, Kickstarter is very popular for a lot of other mediums too. Why not consoles? Why? I don't know. Why wouldn't Epic or Black Tusk say, hey, what's the interest, or get some money ahead of time to help pay for development of a game?
But some of those games are just too expensive anyway. Because you figure, like, what was that one? Was it Titanfall or whatever? It cost like 500 million. No, Destiny.
No, Destiny.
Wasn't it Destiny?
Destiny was $500 million.
Yeah, so it was 500 million. I mean, how much are you even going to get in advance on Kickstarter?
Well, something like that. No, but I mean, you could have. I mean, or who is it? Bungie. Bungie's so big, they could have opened up a Kickstarter and said, help us make our next game, and throw out a few. How many people would have paid up front and given them money right off the bat and ordered the game before it was even made? That's my thing. They're now, and I was also noticing with season passes, a lot of the games that I've been buying were costing me $90, $100 because I'm buying the season pass, or like Forza was what, $80 because I bought the VIP pass, and I'd have to pull up my list, but almost every game I bought digitally cost me more than $60 because I'm buying season passes or additional content right then and there, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, what happened to the day where games were $60?
Yeah, you remember us talking about what would happen with Xbox One? And we were thinking that they'd bump the price up to 70, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they did it worse.
They
bumped the
they're
games up
doing
to
it
80.
Yes, they're getting it to 80 without people really realizing it, and that's why I was like, gee whiz, stuff comes out that I've paid for because I'm buying all these games. There's DLC that's come out that I've paid for and I haven't even played because I didn't even know it came out because I'm on to the next new hotness. So I'm kind of like, you know what? I got to stop buying season passes. Like Call of Duty, I did not buy a season pass this time. I said, no way. I'm just not doing it. So, but anyways, yeah, I think Kickstarter could be the very next thing that we start to see because they're trying to get as much money as their pocket, and as popular as Kickstarter is, I could see these dev houses or even publishers starting to make use of Kickstarter to get money in advance.
I will.
Yeah.
Because what are they out?
Way.
You think about it. They take this money in. Say they even get $100,000 in, and that's it. Okay, that's not near what they need to make a AAA title, but it's money they have in hand that they now can say they can throw it in the bank and earn interest on it. And if this project fails, they refund your money. They made money on the interest alone. Yeah. Never had to even develop a product.
The one thing is like, in my mind, Kickstarter for development groups, they should use that if like they can't get funding through a publisher. Now, like as far as publishers, I would never kickstart anything from a publisher because they're the ones with the money.
Yeah.
So they don't need anybody's money ahead of time. If EA came out and said, "Hey, we're going to kickstart the next Battlefield," I would tell them to take that game and
EA. Just imagine if EA comes out and they're like, "We help us kickstart our new data center. Our servers will be online."
I kickstarted the Universum. I'm still, I'm waiting on that. Like that's in development. I didn't kickstart Planetary Annihilation, but I bought Planetary Annihilation from Uber Entertainment. And
How is that?
actually, well, it's good. It's really good.
Okay.
Actually, the first link I posted in the chat, that was going to be their next game, but it was a very high amount of money, and they actually canceled their Kickstarter because they know they weren't going to make it. And it's called Human Resources, and it's hilarious when you watch the thing because you click on a building, you say harvest humans, and you're like these big creatures like RTS, and all you see them is picking up humans and eating them as they're running out of the buildings and stuff. It was pretty funny. And then the second link I put out there is one that I got starred right now. It's called The Flame in the Flood, and I got that from some other group. It's got 10 days to go, and it's 137% funded. So just a couple ones that I'm looking at right now. But
I've only backed one Kickstarter, and it was for an iPhone app that got funded, and we're just waiting for it. I think the app is in review right now.
yeah,
So
Apple's
should
got
be
it.
available.
Yep.
So,
So
but I only backed it because it was someone I knew.
right, and I backed him as well. I actually got to use the client for the Windows, so I know it's a decent app. It does very well. I'm excited for him to see it get released, and when it comes out, I'll announce it on here so you guys
Oh,
can go check
definitely.
it out. Yeah,
But
because
it's a game tracker for the iPhone, and I think he's planning to do an Android app too. I believe.
yeah.
So, but
So, and I believe he used Swift for this one, so it is actually a native app. He didn't do like a hybrid, which is like the app that I'm working on with somebody. We used Ionic Framework and Angular JS and all that stuff to build it once and deploy it both places. So, pretty cool. But awesome. Yep.
all right.
Oh, and I had one more funny thing to say is, do you think it's the bundle that I'm purchasing? Did I mention this last week? People were saying that Microsoft is desperate. Did I mention that?
What?
No,
No.
I don't.
Yeah,
think we
they were
did.
saying that. Okay, they were saying Microsoft. It's a desperate move on Microsoft to bundle Assassin's Creed with an Xbox One. And they just called it. They're like, oh,
What?
see, they're trying to do anything they can to catch Sony. They're desperate. Of course, these are from
Whatever.
Sony fanboys
Well,
that
right.
are making these comments. So I did see that Sony announced that they were releasing a PlayStation 4 GTA 5 bundle. I believe it might be only in Japan at the moment. But I did push that comment out when I saw that tweet to everybody. I'm like, wait, isn't Microsoft desperate for doing, AC bundle, but now these are doing a GTA 5 bundle? I'm like, Sony fanboys, comment? Guess how many replies I got?
0.
0. Because they don't know what they're talking about. So,
So, alrighty. So,
Hey, along these gaming lines that we've been talking about, have you guys watched the Quantum Break videos that they've released? 'Cause they just re-released the new one with some commentary.
I haven't seen it yet. I posted it out on our Facebook group, but I was planning to watch it, and I just have not had time, dude.
Yeah,
So, well, I guess I
yeah,
have had time. I played some games, so
yeah. Your priorities.
I
just
didn't
aren't
make
there.
time. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. That's more realistic. Yeah, but just the games that are coming out, like I was just even thinking about that Quantum Break. They look awesome. I mean, just like the visuals and where they're taking games, it's an exciting time. Definitely, and that what's his name? The guy that always discusses Quantum Break. Sam Lake, is that his name?
sure.
Sure.
Yeah, the guy with like the big pompadour looking hair.
Okay.
Anyway, his commentary is just so weird. He just sounds so strange on there. He's like, "This game is incredible." It just you'll see in the videos when you watch it. But that game looks amazing. That's another one. Although that one's
Yes.
coming out next year, though.
I think it's next year. So
Yeah.
if it
Well, what's
does,
coming
Got a
out?
little got a little while.
like
But
February.
what's
that?
coming out soon? What's coming out now?
Oh, nice segue. Nice one, Braun.
Ooh. Well, he segued right past the community.
Well, we'll come back to that.
He's tired.
Sorry, it's
join,
Monday.
join us on Facebook at
It is.
facebook.com/groups/this Xbox Life. You can look for us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter as well. We also have a website, and thisxboxlife.com. You can go there to leave us a voicemail, which we will put in the show if you so send us one. And again, be sure to support us by shopping at Amazon with our affiliate links. And as Brun said, something. Go to it.
Righto, righto.
Oh, you want
So-
me to do it? Oh, I was gonna say it's Rob's thing. Rob,
That's
get to
my
work.
thing. Okay, boss. So for Xbox 360, the new releases that we've got in the upcoming week, we've got MX versus ATV Supercross and WWE 2K15. And that is all. Now here comes the big list, the Xbox One list. We have Lords of the Fallen, Sunset Overdrive, NBA Live 15, Grand Theft Auto Online, Costume Quest 2, Stickmaster of Shadows. I'm exhausted from going over this list so far. And Gunscape. So we've got at least, 7 titles, plus whatever Major Nelson releases
I
on
thought
his.
I thought Styx
thing this
Master of
week.
Shadows already came out.
Yeah, I remember that from like last week as well. Maybe
I
it got
thought it
delayed or
came out.
something.
I
Well,
thought
either
was,
it's out
but-
this week or it's already out. One of the
Yeah.
two. We got it covered.
Yeah.
If it already came out, we're reminding you. So there's a bunch of stuff, and I think this is we're at the front of that wave, and it's just going to be nonstop for like at least the next 4 weeks.
Yep.
Yep.
Probably about 4 weeks, and then we'll be in a drought again.
Yep.
So,
Then we can catch up.
all right. Well, that's it. You guys got any last comments?
No, I'm an Amazon Prime member now.
Oh, well, that brings up a good question. Where might one buy their new games, Rob?
I can think of only one place, and that's at Amazon using the This Xbox Life affiliate link. So make sure to go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. Click through there, and it'll take you to Amazon. Any purchases that you make will support the show. Doesn't cost you anything extra. All you do is support the show along with whatever you're buying. And make sure to do that. Christmas season, holiday season's coming up.
And
As you think of your loved ones, think of this Xbox Life.
I want to put a plug in. We normally don't do this, okay? But Brun made a good comment. He's a Prime member. I wanted to talk about Prime real quick because I don't know if people realize how much stuff you get for being a Prime member. I've been a Prime member for years. I constantly renew. I don't even know what the cost is. What is the membership cost, Brun? Is it still about $80?
Well, it's 99 now.
99. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it might have
bumped
gone
it.
up. So it's
Yeah.
$100 a year, but that gets you free shipping on anything you buy.
2 days shipping.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you get it within 2 days. So free 2 day shipping. The only time you have to pay shipping is if you buy from one of those stores that are selling on Amazon. So if it's an
Yeah.
item that's not sold by Amazon, or you don't buy it from Amazon, you buy it from Billy Bob's resale shop through Amazon, then you pay shipping to Billy Bob. But
Yep.
but that's because that's Billy Bob you're dealing with. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, you get free 2 day shipping on everything. You get Prime Instant Video. So it's just like Netflix, okay? Only through the Amazon Instant Video, and there's an app for your Xbox and your Wii and your PlayStations. You also get the Kindle Owners Lenders Library. So they give out free books every month, and you can also like borrow or read books from your friends. You can check books out for free. They've also
The
added.
lenders library. Do you have a Kindle?
I do. I don't use it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
actually sometimes when I do buy one on occasion, I use it
hmm
on my phone, but I have never used the lender's library.
The lender's library is for a Kindle device only.
Okay, so yeah,
So
I
yeah.
got an Amazon Fire,
Okay. Yeah, you're good then.
so I would be able to do it there. Um, but the real cool one that I really like that they've done is Prime Music.
hmm
I actually pay like $20 a year, and I've uploaded all my music to the Amazon cloud, and I use their app on my phone, and now they have Prime Music, so there's free albums out there all the time that you
Yep.
can stream and listen to all the time too. That's free because you're a Prime member. So originally, all I ever when I first signed up for it, I paid my money and I was for free shipping because I was buying a
Yep.
lot from Amazon. Then they added the movies, then they added the Kindle, then they added the music, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is like the best value. So I don't I'm not getting anything by saying this. I'm telling you guys, I love Amazon Prime. That's why I'm sharing it with you. Check it out, look into it. I think it's a great value there.
Yeah.
But
It's like, if House of Cards or Orange is the New Black or whatever the Netflix ones are, it's like if they're not on and once my wife gets finished watching one, like, there are some things that are on Netflix that are not on Amazon Prime and vice
right,
versa. But it's like soon as you find like three or four things that you want to watch, and if it's on Amazon Prime, we can cancel our Netflix for a couple months and save the money there. And then if you ever use Spotify and you want to, get commercial free or Xbox Music or any of those things, the 9.99 or $10 a month, that Amazon Music fills that in. Like I just search a song, build my own playlist, can
yeah,
download them offline, do all that stuff. So it's basically like I'm getting Netflix, I'm getting a Netflix, I'm getting a Spotify, and I'm getting shipping, and I'm getting free books as long as I have a Kindle. It's like you get
and
all
the free
those
shipping.
things and the free shipping all for
Yeah,
just that one price. So yeah, it just it made sense and to go from there and have it. So yep, I'm glad I did it.
yeah. So
So,
And pretty soon they'll probably be throwing in the Fire phone.
yeah,
yeah, free. A box will
Yeah,
arrive one day. Here's your free Fire phone, huh?
I'm hoping I'm hoping eventually they get rid of the lender's library and just do the all Kindle access one that they do, which is like even higher than the lender's library. It's like any
yeah.
book, you know.
It's
So
like
whatever the
the unlimited music for
yeah
books,
for books, yeah.
Yeah.
which I can't see them cost. Like I don't see that really costing a whole lot internally for them because how much can you read? I mean, I know there's people
Oh
out there
no,
that read a lot, but
yeah,
I figure a couple of books a month.
But it's not Amazon. It's the publishers.
yeah.
They want the money.
Yeah,
They want the money for every time somebody looks at that book. Oh, pay me.
right.
I'll tell you
But
what. You think the music industry is bad as far as their publishers and the record deals and stuff? Books are like 10 times worse. I mean, you know, for a paperback book, it's $6 at Walmart, but for the digital copy, it's 9. You know what I mean? It's like it's completely backwards, and then textbooks and all that stuff's crazy. Like when I was in going for my master's degree, they're like, hey, you have to rent this book from this place, and it comes out of your student loan costs, and it's $180
yeah,
for 8 weeks. And you're like,
yeah.
I'm like, what? And it's like, yeah, you have to. And it's like, okay, I guess so. So, but
Well,
yeah,
anyways, that's our big plug for Amazon.
Yeah.
Again, we're like I said, the reason we're pimping Prime is because we really like it. We benefit from it. Wanted to make sure everybody knew it was just more than the shipping. So, but other than that, if you guys don't have anything, I guess we can wrap up the
Nope.
show
Yep.
and let Brun go to Nappy Land since it's Monday morning. All right. Well, guys, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you for joining us on the live Twitch feed. We really enjoy seeing you guys chat with us in the group every week. We will be back next week. If anybody does wish to fill in for Brun, who will be absent next week, I guess email us or reach out to me, Wingman709 on Xbox, or just shoot us an email, contact at thisxboxlife.com, and we'll get back with you. You do need to have Skype and a camera. You gotta have a video camera and a headset. Cannot use speakers. You have to have a headset. Otherwise, the mic picks you up, and then it gets feedback. So if you're interested in letting us know, we record at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Was that 11 Eastern time, Braun?
Yep.
All right. So on Sunday night. So we need a fill-in for next week. Later all, I am Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709, taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch y'all next week.
And I'm Brun, BJ Sook 33. See you in a few weeks, and have a good one.